Hey, everybody. Well, what's happened this past since the month transpired? Um, Last week I was recently put on this. It's called Wellbutrin, but it's more known as bupropion, 150 milligrams. Basically, what it does is it helps deal with depression. This is the most common dosage. Less severe one, and also a smoking sensation, which I think it does work. It's pretty effective on me. It makes smoking a little bit less tolerable. Well, let me just explain what happened. Sure, last semester at school, after so long over there, I finally did get my associate's degree in photographic imaging. I decided to take a semester off because, well, I think I just deserved it well earned just to rest. I did try to look for a new part-time job. Well, no one was hiring at the time, at least not part-time where I was looking at. Over the years, I developed a drinking habit. Nobody really knew about this outside of the family. I always kept it pretty low profile when it came to certain people. I never drank outside the house, really. It was more for self-medication. Yeah, it was just a lot of things that were transpiring that culminated at one time. It seemed as though everybody was moving on, being more successful, and I was just stuck in this hole for years, and there was still no way to get out. I've been trying to save money for a car. I'm trying to help out with the family as much as I can. It just seemed as though I was just stuck, and I was really drinking. Well, it wasn't really anything hard, just beer, but I was drinking to the point where one night back earlier this month, in the first week, I don't know how to say this, just be or convey it anywhere else, so I'll just say straight up, I tried to kill myself. I put a dog leash in the closet. I tried to tie it up to my neck, the other side, and lean forward and try to let it go. Well, it didn't work out that way. Last minute, when it got me right here, when the knot really was pressing down on here, I finally realized there was some things that I can still do in my future. So later on that night, I called up this hotline, and they transferred me to ADAPT, which is a hotline. At times, I did tell them what happened that night before. I've been in contact with them since then, just more updates. And usually I begin the conversations like, "Hi, I'm Johnny Smith. No, I'm not suicidal, nor do I intend to hurt anybody at this moment in time." One of them got a kick out of that. Well, anyways, they sent in a team. It's usually 2 people, and I spoke inside their car. They did an evaluation of me. I won't get into details about what I said to them. They did this evaluation of me, and they said, "Okay, wait outside. We're going to put our heads together, and we're going to come up with a plan to help you out." So I was outside. I had a cigarette, and I was drinking coffee while they were talking in the car, and I was just waiting on them. 10 minutes later, 2 cop cars came in. They came out, told me to put my hands on the hood of the car. They emptied out my pockets. They said I was not in trouble. They said they're there to help me. Of course, standard procedure also included putting handcuffs on me. Luckily, this was midday, and whoever wasn't working were either too dozed off at their houses to even notice that 2 cops were outside and 2 patrol cars. They put me in there into the back of the car, and one of the people from ADAT was trying to assure me that this was for my own good, and she said that I still have a lot of potential in life, but as I view myself as being in this huge hole where I really do not see myself getting out of. So they take me down to Green Oaks in Medical City near Forest Lane. Green Oaks is a temporary psychiatric ward. The process is less than an hour to get in. What they do is I still get to keep my regular clothes. They say they take away your shoes, your belt buckle, your wallet, and any other amenities. And they put you in like these disposable socks. Within a couple hours, I saw the psychiatrist over there, and I explained what happened. I was still suicidal. So the rest of the night, I stayed there. They wanted to just do a diagnostic with me. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not jail. There's some things that did kind of equal out. We did get smoke breaks. If you are a smoker, every 2 hours you get a smoke break. All that night I was still thinking about killing myself. Somehow. It wouldn't be there. They didn't trust us for us to be alone. So there was actually 2 pods. One was the main one, larger pod, which are for primarily the ones with just psychological disorders. And then they just put me later on. I had to do a crosswalk into this smaller pod, which is more for the quiet ones, more commonly the suicidal ones. I couldn't sleep, and they prescribed some medical pill, sleeping pill for me. So I took that. I went to bed. Well, it was lights out at 10, and I went to bed. I woke up the next morning, and I had to wait for the another psychiatrist to show up, and I kind of explained the problem there, and they want to, since I did a lot of soul searching in that place. Trust me, it is nowhere. You don't want to go there. It's too much. So they did a diagnostic of me. They called me up saying they're going to release me later that day. They want me to come back the next week and do a checkup. So worst case, I missed a day at work, and I did give them a piece of paper, and they understood it was an emergency. I had to go to the emergency room. Later on that day, they sent another team out for me. Well, I requested it to give them an update, telling them that I got a lot of insight over there. I did the diagnostic. I went there later the week, and I did talk to another psychiatrist who had the availability to talk to me for like 30 minutes, and I explained to him a lot of things. I think at the end what happened was that I got mad at myself. In retrospect, it probably wasn't a good idea to take a semester off to just jump into UTD. I mean, I did register on June 2nd. I sent in the application. I paid for it back on June 1st, the day before, and I'm still awaiting their final approval. Pelgrim should cover me. I explained him so many things, and she was saying, you said that you don't have a lot going for you, yet you do have all these plans. It was just a really, that's just been me for the past year. I don't think I'm retarded or anything like that. Some people say I am. Or I'm, ever since I was a little kid, I've always been called ugly, weak. And those words, as much as I try to keep reverberating in my head, as much as I try to prove otherwise, I just let it, gather up and did what I have to do in order to progress myself. Honestly, even with just an associate's, I'm probably the most highly educated person on my street right now. There was a lot of things that changed. I'm trying to make change right now. Like the past 2 weeks, including this week, I finally got about to take care of my license. I was hoping to get a car first, but most of my money, in retrospect, it wasn't the job that was bailed me, it was my addictions. It wasn't so much drugs, it was mainly alcohol. I texted that to one person, and who is very dear to me, good friends. She was a little bit surprised that I did it, because I never did it in front of her, and it really brought me down, just thinking about it. There was other things I tried to do, tried to venture out, because since the beginning of the month, I've only drank 6 times. Most of the time, well, one story was I was at Deep Ellum, at this bar. I like going to Deep Ellum, don't get me wrong. It's just that you're dealing in Dallas, in that area. I mean, the only thing you're going to get is just alcohol. Wasn't the best idea in retrospect. But I tried to drink it out of pleasure and out of fun. There was this one club, I can't recall its name. It has a patio above there. They had a debutante's fair, and one of the debutantes, I ended up spending probably around $30 on her. Her name was Delilah Dynamite. She asked me to be part of her show. I didn't really do anything other than just light up her big, fake, fat joint to the tone of Ruby Soho by Rancid. And I just mainly stayed to myself, and I was really just thinking about a lot of things. Stayed there for several hours, and then the thought came back again, how I felt so demoralized for some reason. I couldn't sleep the rest of that night. I went to stay in Dallas somewhere. I just mainly walked around in Dallas until 5 in the morning. Got back on the DART train by 6. Got home at 10. I couldn't really sleep. I installed what you may be hearing in the background, that AC unit over there. But earlier that week, I never considered religion before, really. There's this church nearby called the Centerville Church of Christ. I was never religious for, not because of religion itself, it was because some of the people I just grew to detest who were so arrogant, judgmental, ignorant, and yet they used the Bible or the written beliefs that were supposed to be pure for everybody to their advantage to bring down other people and be condescending. Of course, there's history books that can be written about that. And some of you know those stories too. And I went there on Wednesday, and it was a Bible lesson. They had summer Bible lessons, and they're talking about discouragement. I was really apprehensive at first. So I talked to them. They seemed really welcoming, and might be considering it. I would want to thank one particular person who probably introduced me to that. Showed me their congregation. There was a very similar one. It was in East Texas, and thank you so much for that. I just figured that my original belief systems that were not instilled in me failed, so it was time for something new. I went to Mass on Sunday, and found out it was an old friend of mine. She used to date my sister, and he had his own issues, and he went over there. So I didn't have anything else to do on Sunday. I went at 10, and then I went at 5, and I talked to one guy. I got acquainted with one person, Kenneth Spears, pharmacist. Really nice guy. I got his phone number, and he wants to teach me some Bible lists. Get me up to date on what is in the Bible for a beginner. And you know, that's all I want to do. I want to go for it. I'm not looking to get baptized next week. I want to earn it. Aside from that, I've just been trying to find a few things to do. I really just don't like staying here. Trust me, when I get my car, I'm just gonna spend up until 12 just to drive around, which I used to do. It's a hard decision, but I'm doing my best I can to quit drinking. I've been sober since Sunday, this day. I let myself down on that. It wasn't so much the job wasn't paying so much as most of my money went to alcohol and cigarettes. The drinking part I have under control. I tried going cold turkey last week. I made it a day and a half, and then I got some news that resulted in me wanting to buy another pack and drink that night. I called up Adapt, and I still had my appointment for the doctor, and it actually is pretty effective. Since Tuesday, I used to be a pack a day, and now I only got to a pack every 2 days now. It makes cigarettes taste nasty. If you see my tongue rolling, that's one of the effects of it. They said there's also some weight loss and some dizziness, a little agitation, but that's your body adjusting to it. Let's just say I just fucked up really badly at the beginning of the month, and to all my friends, I'm really sorry about that. I know it was a stupid decision to try and do. I brought myself down. I really thought that, who would miss me, and so why not just go for it? Got myself out, and the last time I had the urge was on Tuesday night, but since then I've been trying to keep my mind occupied. The part of being sober now is that you just try and come up with a lot of other things to do as opposed to spending your time on the bottle or whatever illicit activities we were doing before. I walked to Town East today from I-30. I did that before a couple weeks ago. There was one thing I wanted to get clear. I wanted to do it. It felt like I needed to just venture out, do some other things, and I did. I go to all the stores there, and I went to one particular store, and I knew some of the coworkers there from another coworker, and I said hi, and another coworker told someone I knew over there something else, which made that person feel uncomfortable. I just want to get out there that that was not the case. I was not looking for anyone there in particular, and I texted that person and explained everything, and they believe me. I really hope they do. And to that person, I'm really sorry about that. But now I'm just trying to look into the future. I'm trying to get my license renewed. My sister-in-law, my future sister-in-law is going to help me out and let me borrow the car. And after that, all I can just focus on is financially, of course, paying some bills here. And hopefully by the end of the year I'll finally get one. At least I'll get my license before my birthday. So hopefully, if I just want to make this video for try and get some things cleared. Tomorrow at 6:30 I'm gonna meet up with Kenneth, so I at least have one plan going for me right now. Just trying to set up smaller goals to reach the bigger goals. You know, I still kind of do have the urges from time and again, but then I got reacquainted with some of my friends. You know, just some gave me some support. I don't think I'm a loser, and you know, I've done a lot of things. Finished up one college degree. I know what love is. That was probably the happiest moment in my life, honestly. I'll just leave this video for right now. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And I might make a series of this every Thursday, so just to update people. I never thought I'd do this before, but yeah. Well, there, guys.